Welcome, gamers. My VTube studio is not moving for some reason. That's fine. That's totally fine. Let me check the settings. It's broken. VTube studio is broken. It's not working. Okay, hold on. Okay, it's working. It's not working. It is now working. Okay. Yes, this is today's art. It is me on a laptop. Yep, that's me. Anyway, welcome Stream Elements, welcome Ramu, welcome Brooke, and Hamp, and Stanley. It's everyone. Everyone's here. The gang's all here. I feel my voice sounds weird today for some reason. I don't know why that is. Does it sound weird? It feels like it sounds weird. I hope I'm not getting like sick or something. Anyway, it's Friday, so we are updating. What am I saying? We are not updating. We are going to start a new game. That's right. You may be asking, Wolfie, what about the previous game? What about the game you were working on? I'm working on that off stream. It is almost done, but I will now be working on it on stream. And since I'm not working on that on stream, I will need to find something else to do on these streams. And what better thing to do than start a new game? Now here's the thing, I don't actually know what game I'm going to make. So we can probably decide during this stream. And then I don't know if it's going to be like a long game, I don't know. You have a fever? What the? Oh, I hope you get better soon. Anyway, we got a lot of like purple names. Look, we got Brooke, we got Hamp, we got Stanley. It's all the same shade of purple. Ramu is the only one who's not the same. Anyway, welcome Delicious Smile. Okay, now Ramu has another pink colored name in chat. Similar, you know, we got two name colors in chat. Although it is a different shade. Anyway, what am I talking about? We're gonna start a new game. Okay, now I have a list of ideas. Possible game ideas. However, I'm going to say this game I think may not be as large in scope as the first game. The issue that I had with the first game was that it took me like 3 months. I mean, it's not even done, but it might take like 4 months to finish that. This game that I'm making ideally is going to be a simpler game. Maybe something that is not as long. But I don't know. Also, welcome Deffins and Delicious Smile. No, I have never done anything like that. Okay, so list of game ideas. We could make like a... Okay, this is a big scope, which I said I was not going to do. A web fishing clone or other fishing related game that we can play on Wednesday. That is on my list of ideas, but I do not think I'll do that. And then we could have like one of those one-button platformer games, like you know when you're offline in Google Chrome, and there's like a dinosaur and you jump over stuff. That's another idea. Now it's not really that interesting of an idea. There's other stuff, you know. What about like a Vampire Survivors like game, right? A game where you just get power-ups, you shoot things that are coming at you. Those seem to be pretty easy to do. Also, welcome Soli. Yeah, Soli also had an idea for a game that's like a rogue-like, Balatro-like coin pusher game. But that involves 3D, so maybe a bit more complex than what I'm going for this next project. But it is on my list. It is on my list of ideas. Also, welcome Last Abaka. I could have another platformer, possibly, but this one would have enemies. And the current platformer that I have does not have enemies, and you know, learning how to make enemy movement and all that, that's like a whole separate skill set. Maybe something like that. Could also make an incremental game. You know, incremental games pretty popular, pretty easy to make, possibly. Cookie Clicker, Kaguya Table. Others. Now I need to think of a theme though. If I'm gonna make an incremental game, I'm gonna have a theme. And then what? A block pushing game. A game where you solve puzzles. pushing blocks, things like that. And then what? Yeah, we mentioned fishing. You could think of like a game that involves words, you know, you could load up a dictionary of words and then do something with it. I don't know. You could do Peggle, a game called Peggle. You could do or Peggle or what's the other thing? Pinball machine game. It's another thing. It's another possibility. And then what? And then I'm scrolling through my list. I have a lot of things listed here. Welcome, Slime Molder. I'm gonna have a golf. It could be a golf game. It could even be, okay, another idea is it could be something that is chat interactable, like marbles on stream. You could have a chat integration that listens to messages on a channel, a Twitch channel, and then it does something. You could join up, you could participate somehow. I don't have an idea for that specifically, but that is a possibility. And then tower defense, that's another genre of game that is possible. Place down towers to defend against enemies. And then I don't know. So now it's up to me. Now it's up to me or you guys to decide. I probably should have decided before I started the stream, because I feel like that brainstorming ideas, choosing what to make, that's like most of the thing. You know, you gotta decide what the theme is. Otherwise, you're just staring at me talking. Welcome Dopamine, welcome Low Efforts. Mahjong, we can make Mahjong. We can make Picross. The chat game idea. Yeah, but like, I need to think of like something to do. Also, do you guys know about this? There's like every 5x5 nonogram. I learned about this website today. It is a collaborative effort to solve every possible 5x5 nonogram that has a unique solution. You can scroll down, you can find unsolved ones, and then you can just do them, and the results are synchronized across all users. So you could totally just solve a puzzle, and then it'll say you solve some of them. Look at that, I solved one. There's 246 people online solving these right now. There's seriously millions, I guess. I mean, I guess there's 24,976,511. So you could do this. If you wanted to solve some Picross, you could do this right now. It's kind of cool. Welcome Louis, Zaki. Is it Louis or Louise? I've been saying Louis, but I imagine it probably is Louise. I thought these weren't supposed to be solved as nonograms. No, they're nograms. Louise. Okay, so I've been saying it wrong. No, yeah, nograms, but you actually do know them. That's the thing. You think that you don't know them, but you do. Anyway, you could do this website. What am I doing though? Okay, we could have a chat interaction game idea. Okay, that is a possibility. Now the question is, what would it be though? What kind of game would it be? So chat could join, they could type comments, or it could be an automated thing. Like, you know how like horse race tests was popular online? And people made games like that where you could have like chat members join? Something like that. I want to think of something. Maybe something fishing related. Also welcome Hamflow. I don't know. But I don't know, maybe what if we just try doing Twitch integration? Just to check whether a message can show up on the screen. I think I did look up plugins that did this. Let me try to find which one. There's one that doesn't require authentication, because Twitch does have a public IRC protocol where you don't actually need to have an API key to do anything. So I will take a look. possibly, as soon as I liked that project on GitHub, the creator actually followed me on GitHub. And he is actually a VTuber watcher. He has not shown up, but he does in fact watch VTubers. Okay, is this one. This one right here. I could have some chat integration, but otherwise be single player. No, but I feel like if I'm gonna be making a game, I don't know, maybe. Anyway, this is a possible usage. I guess for this stream I could just try using this library. All right, so let's see. Go to project, go to plugins. Okay, you gotta go to asset lib, tmi.gd. Is not on the asset store? You're telling me I have to like clone this into my repo? Oh man. Okay, so I need to put this in the assets, what, add-ons directory? I thought, isn't it supposed to be there? TMI. Twitch. Very simple Twitch. Twitcher gift. Okay, well I guess then that I'll simply just copy this add-ons directory. How do I do it? What's the best way to do this? If I copy this, if I go into my settings, what the heck is this? Okay, we're gonna go to Windows Subsystem for Linux. We are going to go to tmux attach, welcome Yuko. And then we're going to go to June 2025. Actually, before we go to June 2025, I'm going to go to temp directory, git clone this. Okay, and then I'm going to go into this directory. I'm going to move this. Okay, we're going to move this thing to this directory. What about playing with the words being displayed, like highlighting specific characters in a Wordle sort of game? Playing with the words being displayed. Highlighting characters in a Wordle. What does that mean? Like, you can, I know there's games like the unscramble word thing. What's it called? Words on stream? Where there's like a word that's scrambled and then people type it and try to guess the word. Things like that. It could be something like that, maybe. Possibly. Okay, I'm gonna move the add-ons directory to here. Sorry, not CD. It's MV. I have moved it. It is now here. The add-ons have been added. I did not even initialize the project. Let's add everything except add-ons first. Error config, git attributes. Git ignore. What is git attributes used for? Does anyone know git attributes? Normalize end of line. Alright, whatever. Okay, git ignore icon.sgv project commit initial commit. Okay, then we add the add-ons. Okay, now we have the add-ons in here. We go to our project. We check out the plugins. It's not there for some reason. Do I have to reload the project? Is that the thing? Do I have to reload the project? Okay, project settings. Plugin. It's not there. Wait, how do I install a plugin? I thought it would just be in the add-ons directory. Is it not simply just this? Or does this not count? Because I simply cloned it. I just copied the thing. It's not actually installed via the add-ons thing. Does anyone know if you have something that's not available in the asset library? How do you even add? How do you even add? There's a guide. Credentials. Project settings. It's not there. This is so interesting. You're looking at this, you're like, whoa, this is such an interesting stream. Okay, let's read up on how to implement this. Credentials. We got client ID and secret, which we don't necessarily need because this thing does support using the unauthenticated connection protocol, I think. Is that true? Did I make that up? Or is there another plugin that I was thinking of? Support using this thing. Okay, automatically uses IRC for unauthenticated sessions. Okay, that's what I want. Documentation. Getting started. Credentials. Local OAuth. Is there like an example? What if the developer shows up right now and they're like, this is how you do it? Supplying a token. Supplying a token. Usage examples. Support for emote requirements. It includes a basic scene file of a client. You may add this as a singleton to your... Okay, so maybe all I have to do is add a global. The global specifically is going to be add-ons, TMI, and is it the TMI.scene? I imagine that's probably what it is. Possibly. Yes, there's a basic scene of a client. You may add this as a singleton autoload. It will include standard features for streaming available out of the box. Okay. So we have this thing. Okay, let's just call it TMI. Add it. Invalid name. Is it because it's already there? Is that the thing? It's already available. Because the class known as TMI.gd is actually already open. No, they called it this. Why would I? This is a weird thing about Godot, is that you cannot give it a class name and then have it be a singleton, an autoload with the same name. Do I need to add it to some other thing? Do I simply remove the class name from this thing? I probably shouldn't remove the class name. Okay, I'm just gonna name it TMI client. TMI client. Autoload. TMI client. Okay, it's there. And then what? And then how do you use this thing? If I make a new 2D scene, and this will be the root node, and then I add the child node, which is going to, it doesn't have to be a global. I could simply just add this as an existing thing. I see, we have this thing is already there. Let's undo adding this as the global. Okay, so we have this thing. How is this thing used? That is my question. How do you use this thing? Credentials empty. Does it have signals? Command connection status. Connection credentials updated. And then what? Credentials load from project settings and then login. What if I don't want to log in? What if I simply, I'm going to name this root, I'm going to save this, I'm going to create a screens directory. This will be the main screen, main.tscn. Name this one main. Okay, and then the main screen, we add a script. Attach script main.gd. Okay, so let's see. Function ready. We paste this there. TMI login. TMI is this thing right there. Var TMI is equal to TMI. I'm gonna have this accessible via a unique name. Right, that's there. That's literally right there. Cannot call non-static function login. Make an instance. Yes, I know. And then I do this. But then this thing is not a thing. This it's got to return ready. What? The default value is using this thing. Oh, it should be on ready. Ready. On ready. Okay. So let's see what this is. Select current scene. Client ID. I have not logged in. How do I Okay, this is so interesting. Everyone's like, ah, this is such an interesting thing. What if I don't do that? What if I check TMI dot what is available on this script? How do I start listening? Event sub connection will begin automatically, listening to events from the channel with the authenticated user. But what if I don't want to? What if it is unauthenticated? Supplying a token. From env can load from JSON file directly. Advanced topics. Using the editor, using programmatically. TMI is designed around scene composition. It's natural to define an instance using Godot's editor. You can create a prefab scene with only the features you want. You can use it anywhere you need it, even as a singleton. The top level node should have the TMI GD script. All desired services should be direct children. Typically just basic nodes. Okay, so do I simply just add a sub resource? Add a child node. TMI services. TMI 7 TV service. BTTV service. Event queue. Is that what I want? The event queue? You can assign pre-configured credentials automatically. Oh, you can also just do this. If you like to keep initialization in one place or toggle features, it may be more desirable to initialize the client programmatically. So you create a new service, you include profile images, and then you start. Okay, but what if I don't add this stuff? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna paste this code in. This code in right here. And then we set var TMI is a TMI. But it will not be initialized. There will be nothing there, okay? And then TMI equals TMI new. Right, it's that simple. And then you don't set credentials. You've added the child, then you start it. Okay, then how do you listen? How do you then obtain events associated with the client? It has started. Yo, connection. We're in Hampone Dance. Attempting. It is connected to IRC, but I don't know what channel it's connected to. How do I set this information? Does anyone know? No one even knows. This is literally no one knows. Do I check the node signals? Node signals. Command. Connection status changed. Credentials updated. Okay, connection status change. We have connection command. You can initialize a command. How do I have it join my channel? TMI dot Twitch API. Twitch API dot. I really wish they had included some examples of how to actually use this. Room state. TMI service is the something. Okay, but how do you actually listen to messages? How do I listen to event sub connection? Listening to events. Channel. Channel that is being joined. Example. Oh, there's an example. Okay. Welcome, Orfish. I'm making a Picross game. No, I don't know what I'm making. I'm just trying out this plugin that uses the Twitch IRC client, just to see if maybe I can understand how to actually use this thing. Chat.gd. Ready. On Twitch command. What is triggering Twitch command? Is the other game done? No, I'm working on it off stream. But it will be done probably within the next 2 weeks. Hopefully. It's gonna be so cool. You're gonna be like, whoa, this game is so cool. Can't wait to play it. Okay, how does on Twitch command occur? On Twitch command. Is it defined in the scene, perhaps? On Twitch command. Chat message. On Twitch command. I've clicked the wrong button. On Twitch command. Yes, IRC has been mentioned many times. Animates. Preload chat message.scene. On Twitch command. Chat message. On Twitch command. Where is on Twitch command being shown? On Twitch command. Okay, hold on. Signal from TMI to example. Okay, so it is on. So it's command. TMI.command. Is that the thing? Oh, command. I see. I see. Okay, so hold on. So on Twitch command. On Twitch command. Wait, hold on. TMI.command.connect on Twitch command. Okay, then we have a function. Function on Twitch command. That is going to accept a type. A type and another thing. A type and an event. Type an event. It's going to return void. Okay, and then what if we just print it for now? Print type, print event. Okay, I will delete this instance because it's not really being used. Go here, and we simply delete it. Okay, let's try this again. So it has been connected. Okay. How do I tell it what channel to connect to? TMI command dot is there a thing? Is there a thing here? Chat example scene. There's nothing in there. Example scene. There's nothing. There's nothing in here. Control panel. Save data. They save the user ID. Credential updated connect. Okay, how do you connect to a channel? Command.connect. No, this is not the same thing. So follow channel metrics, load from file. Connection status changed. Are you sure you want to use the TMI command? Yes. Yes, that is. I know you're implying that TMI is like too much information. And that is in fact the reason why it's called this, is because it is a known acronym. TMI login. Okay, so once you log in, how do you then get things? Oh, so TMI has a node within it which has other things. How do you tell it what channel to connect to? Channel metrics. There's a channel metrics. Connect. There's a connection. This is structured in such a way that I don't understand. Credentials updated. And they save the credentials. Broadcaster ID. Twitch API. Get. Command connect. If there is follow update channel stats, there is a button pressed, get the credentials, client ID text change, channel text submitted. This is probably one of the least interesting streams that you'll see. You'll be like, what is he doing? He's just looking at things? What is this? What is he even doing? Chat message. So chat message is there. Example chat. Really would like a thing. Command. Hold on. Example. Can we go back to where they advanced usage? Documents. Advanced topics. You can initialize programmatically. TMI services are just scripts. You instantiate a node and attach the script. You add child Twitch API. Okay, so what are the things? There's a TMI. Oh, event stream. Is that what it is? Event stream. Twitch IRC. There's an event queue. What is the script in Twitch IRC? It connects to this thing. You get a WebSocket peer. You can initialize it. Connect to server. And the connection has been established. You can close the stream. You can pull the stream. How do I join? Log in with credentials. Unauthenticated. Join channel. Join channel. Socket send text. But how do I tell it what channel to join? TMI credentials channel. But I have not specified credentials. So what channel is it joining? Can I just print out print tmi.credentials.channel? What is this connecting to? Nothing. It's not connected to anything. But how can it join? How is it possible that it joins? It doesn't make sense. Okay, so maybe I have to set credentials. How do I do that? How do I set the credentials? TMI credentials. TMI credentials. It is Twitch. It is an instance of Twitch credentials. And how do I check what a Twitch credential is? How do I go to definition? Lookup symbol. Twitch. What? Twitch credentials. Okay, I'm just gonna go to my main script. TMI.credentials. Dot. Oh, channel equals Walfas. Does that work? Invalid property channel. Okay, so there's no credentials. Okay, so I have to do credentials dot new. And then what, how do I check what a Twitch credential is? What if I check the code? Twitch credential. Welcome, props not Jack. Game 2 so true. Okay, where's Twitch credentials? Credentials. Credentials. Okay, here we go. Credentials user login channel. Twitch credentials new to JSON. Load from file. Okay, I'm just gonna go credentials is new. TMI.credentials.channel equals Walfas. Does that work? WebSocket closed. WebSocket closed with code equals -1. Broadcaster channel ID user login. How did they connect originally? When I did not specify credentials, it did say it connected. TMI.start, right? It's probably okay. TMI.start. Let's go into the code. This is gonna work eventually, and you'll be like, whoa, what the, our messages, they're showing up in the game? We can have messages spawn things in the game? That's crazy. Okay, connect. If you connect, no, it's start, not connect, start. Okay, IRC close stream, if credentials token and broadcaster ID is equal to user ID, then you connect. Okay, so credentials.token, no, this is if the token exists. There is no token. IRC.connect to server, unauthenticated sessions. So IRC connect to server, how does that work? Where is this defined? IRC connect to server. Do I need to should I just instantiate an IRC client? Is that what it is? Where is IRC? Where is IRC defined? IRC equals preload irc.gd. Okay, irc.gd connects to this thing. Okay, but like IRC connects to server. Okay, so connect to server. It connects to the endpoint. And then it connects. And then it says not started. It connects to URL. Connect to URL. Socket connect to URL. Okay. Log in with credentials. If I did not have credentials, how does it log in? What happens? Wolfie IRC. Bro. WebSocket closed with code -1. Reason clean false. Credentials.channel. But if there are no credentials, what do I do? How do I even is it broadcaster user ID? If I don't have broadcast user ID, join. Join channel. Join credentials.channel. But how? Okay, what if I just update this thing so that instead of doing this, I just go into the IRC and then join. What if this one, I simply just comment this out and just hard code my own user instead of TMI credentials channel, Wolfus. It has connected. Or can we say a thing? What did I say? Test. Oh, look, messages are showing up. It's not the right message. It does not actually log the message because it's like a different thing. But okay, it has received an event. And now we just check the log to see how to handle those events. Channel, chat.gd. On Twitch command. Okay, so we have to check. If type is not equals chat message. If it is a chat message, then what? How do we set the text? Look, your message is right there. It's a ref counted string or something. I don't actually know what it is. Okay, we have profile image. We have event send. Okay, so it's an event. It is the type is chat message. So let's see. We go here. We go to the main script. If type is not this, return. Okay, so then if it is a chat message, then the event, is this the event? The type and event. Okay, so type is there. Event is now guaranteed to be a, I don't know what the event, what type is the event? Chat message. Is it a, is that a thing? Chat message? Chat message. Chat message.gd. Okay, so it is a chat message. if event is chat message, print this. Welcome, Chocojacks. Cannot find type chat message. It's a TMI chat message. He's so coding right now. Okay, so we're in test. Your message is there. I just need to have it not show up as ref counted hashtag. Okay, and then so it's got ID channel text string. Text and sender. Event sender. Okay, so what is this? Do we even need the type? Can we just check this thing? The event is type. You don't do split screen? I only have one monitor. And it is very zoomed in for streaming purposes. Oh, you can get the color? You can get the streamer's name color as well? You can get their profile image? You can get their profile image resource path? What the? Get the display. Okay, so hold on. So we can print out their display name. Welcome, Carabel. And then you can also display their text, event.text. Okay. Oh, it says Wolf is. Where's the text though? It's not event.text. Event, that's there. Event.text. Event sender, display name, event.text. Is there no text? I typed test. It has not been sent. Is it because print? What does print take as arguments? It should print them. It prints those things. Can someone type something in the chat? Event sender display name event.text. See, okay, so like your username showed up, but there's no text. Where's the text? Event.text. Event dot. Thank you, Ryden Bareback, for the 5 months. There is text though. Where the heck is the text? It's not even there. Event.text. Raw message. Is that the raw message? Event.raw message. Event.raw message. Okay, what about this one? How about this one, huh? Okay, the test is there. It does in fact say my message. So event.text, I don't know, maybe that doesn't do anything. I have an empty string in the middle. It's right there. So now we're able to receive text from the chat. The happy laptop, it's always smiling. It's out there smiling. Like a real smiling laptop. Okay, then what? Then you got fragments, timestamp, text channel, ID, sender. Okay, what other things are available in the sender? User state. User state. User state. Vacuo smile. It's right there. Okay, user state. It's got ID, display name, color, badges, and color. Okay, you can get their color. Hold on. Event dot sender dot color. You can get your name color. What is my name color? It's just fully color. Okay, so it parses it into a Godot color object. Now I could use this to instantiate objects. Okay, so what if we had every single time someone left a message, we maintain a hash map or a dictionary of their user, and then if they are already there, we instantiate them. Sorry, if they're not already there, we instantiate them. Okay, add child node. Let's make like a thing, okay, some kind of thing to display users and their color. Let's see, we go here, we're gonna go to, we're gonna create a new folder called entities. And then in this, we're gonna make a new scene. It's going to be chatter or user or something. Create new scene. Chatter.tscn. Okay, now this chatter node is going to have it's going to have a text label, and this will be their name. It's going to be username. Okay. We're gonna add a script. Attach script chatter.gd, class name chatter, and then we have onReady username. Hold on, you can hold down control. It's there. Okay, now we have label. And then you want to export some variables. Okay, so you have export var, and this will actually be username label. Username label. Export var username. It is a string. And then on set, if you have set the string, you should update the username label to be the thing. The simple thing known as the username label. So then set value, username label, this is if username label, username label dot text equals username. Okay, and then username equals value. Sorry, this should be set here. Okay, and then we have a color. Export var color is a color. And then on set value, username label dot what's the term? How do you set the color dynamically? Modulate. How do you modulate to a color? Oh, it is just a color. Okay, so equals value. Wait, is there a better way? We should have like a instantiate, right? How do people do it? Set, initialize, function update, function set name set initialize. That's probably a better way to do it. Username and color, because like this thing could be not in sync, right? This thing should just be setting it. Or okay, what if instead of doing this thing should not be this thing? If you set it, it should simply just set the username label text, right? And then the getter should simply just get the label name text. Godot, I don't really use getters in Godot. How does that work? Godot getter. Get. Okay, you just return. Return the username label.text if it is there. It might not be there, but what if it is there? Let's guarantee that it is there. And then color. So this doesn't need to be an export because it is simply just right there. And then color, when you set it, you should modulate the color, and then if you get it, you should return username label dot modulate. Okay, so now we have getters and setters for username as well as color. Okay, so we don't need this. And then, okay, and then you go back to main. You initialize the chatter. So you should load up the scene. There should be a preload scene. Or what if we just have like, is there like a better way to do this? Instantiate, right? You gotta have const chatter scene is preload chatter .tscn. Okay, and then Twitch command. Okay, so then you have a variable that has chatters. Is a dictionary of chatter. Is initialize it to be empty. Could not find type chatter. I thought it was there. It's right there. What do you mean you cannot find type chatter? What are they talking about? Dictionary cannot find type chatter. Okay, so it's like a string. Could not find type chatter in the current scope. Is that true? Is that real? No, it's fine. Okay, so then if you receive a message on Twitch command, this should be, instead of event, on Twitch chat. Okay, then we know for sure the message is a TMI chat message. And we emit void. And we put this here. So we do on Twitch chat event. Right, so that's there. And then what? Event not declared. Okay, let's just call this event. Okay, then what? Then we do chatter scene dot instantiate. We set chatter. This is now the chatter. So this is specifically a chatter type. We set chatter dot color equals chat event dot sender dot color. Color, and then chatter dot username equals event sender dot display name. Okay, and then you have their message. I think we can simply log the message for now. We could consider adding like a text bubble or something. Okay, then you add the chatter to the scene. Now this, it needs to be if the chatter does not currently exist, right? So we do var username is equal to this thing. This thing right there. Get the username, and then if username not in chatters, then you instantiate them. Right, then you add them, and then you do chatter.username equals username, and then you do chatters username equals chatter. Okay, and then you do add to tree, add child chatter. Alright, let's try it. Test. No, it crashed. Invalid access to property or key text on base object type nil. Username label. Username. Oh, is it because it hasn't been instantiated? Why is username label nil? On ready? Do I have to wait until ready? Godot. Okay, Godot. Godot getter wait ready. Parent function yield wait until child is ready. Child entered tree. Set text on labels, they're not ready yet. Do something there. On ready. Label is this thing. And then when it is ready, then you set it. But why was it not ready though? Is it because there is no username? It's there. It's literally right there. Do I have to set this higher up first? Is that a thing? Username label dot text. Test. Okay, it has crashed. It has crashed. Do I do how do people do this when the thing is not there? Label. We set a new label. Godot label. Wait until other script is ready. Add ready property. Do I simply, what if I just wait until it's ready before I do something? We go to main, we go chatter.ready dot, await chatter.ready. Okay. And then what? The player has never been ready. What is it doing anything? Test. It's not. I don't know if it's happening. I don't know if anything's happening. Print chatter. Okay, let's retry that. Test. Okay, so I guess the player is never ready. Maybe we have to add them first. Is that what the thing is? You have to add child before you're actually able to be ready? That can't be true, right? Test. What is this game going to be? I have no idea. It's never ready. What the? Add child. Chatter is never ready. Chat, why are you not ready? Can't believe this. Instantiate. Okay, username not in chatters. It's instantiated. We set the username. We set the color. And then what? And then what? Godot instantiate scene. Yes, it is going to have Twitch integration. I do not currently know what specifically is going to be. Instantiate with parameters. Is there a Godot new function? How does new even work? Is it init? How do people define new functions? Dot new. Okay, you know, I'm just gonna, instead of doing this, I'm just gonna set the a function for it. Function create username string color void. Okay, so then this one, we just set this thing to this username, and then color. Whoops. Color. Okay, so instead of doing this, we simply do this. Okay, and then you go back to your main script. Chatter dot create, and then username event.sender.color. Okay, does that work? Is that even possible? It has not worked. Why? There's no text value of type string on base object of type nil. Chatter username text. Text is there. That is the text. Godot instantiate scene. ready. Does ready get called if you remove a node? Instantiating scene with constructor parameters. Base object of type nil. We do have username. It is a label. On ready username label. Window instantiate. Is it? Hold on. Instantiate. Scene.instantiate. Add child instance. Do I need to add child before it actually goes? I never actually call add child. Okay. Chat add child. Chatter. Is that what it is? Okay, there's me. Can someone type something? Someone besides me. I want to see some names show up in the correct color. I don't have a color set, so it is... Okay, so... okay, they are overlapped. It appears that the color is not necessarily being set as expected. But they are all over there. Okay, so we have this chatter. What color is the modulation? Modulate is currently set to this. This one is also set to this. I guess this thing does not pick up the colors. Maybe the color is specifically a property of if you're logged in. I wonder if that's what it is. Maybe the IRC protocol does not support setting a color. Twitch IRC color. Is that a thing? Color? Badges. Color. No, it should have colors. Badges? Is it badge info? User color badge info. Yeah, badges. Badges. What the heck is that? User state. Display name and color. Badges. Badges is an array. Badges. Data get badges. There's nothing there. But you know, maybe that's fine. Whatever. Got users showing up. Okay, now we can make it so that they don't show up in the same spot. We could add like a spawn area. Let's go to 2D. Let's add a... this is not the chatter node. Let's go here. Let's add child node. Area 2D. And it'll be... Is there a... Hold on. Godot get random area. Random point in area. To get a random point, you called randef range to generate random coordinates. Random point in an area 2D. Navigation server. What the heck is a navigation server? Navigation region. What? That's an entirely new thing that I haven't looked into. Spawn objects in the colored area. Add a collision shape. Create the area you want to spawn the object. This requires rectangles though. Rand range. Origin X. Spawn area X. I answered this live on YouTube. Anyway, I'm like 9 minutes late to drinking water. I should be drinking water right now. Alright. I have successfully hydrated. Okay, they have a tile map. Hold on. Godot, what's it called? The navigation, random navigation. Let's learn about navigation today. Why not? Navigation. How do you use navigation? Area 2D, A star 2D. A star. Oh, A star. I remember. I remember A star. A star grid. Navigation server 2D. provides a powerful API to find the shortest path between two positions on an area. Okay. Does this give you like a random point? It doesn't. Okay, maybe only navigation server does. Random. Map get random point. Okay, how do you use navigation server? We're learning things today. Navigation server. Using navigation server. Threading and synchronization. Navigation server differences. Waiting for synchronization. What does that even mean? I don't even... Hold on. Navigation server. Navigation region. Navigation, what the? Okay, you know, let's just make it simple. We get an area 2D. Let's add a shape. It's just a rectangle. Collision shape 2D. And then this shape is going to be a rectangle. Rectangle shape 2D. And then specifically, it'll be a large shape anywhere within this area. Okay, and then I want to get a random thing, a random point in this range. So this will be area 2D is going to be spawn area. I spelled it wrong. Spawn area. Access as unique name. Okay, then you go to your script. You add the spawn area. Right here. Okay, then the position is going to be spawn area dot shape dot rectangle. How do you do it? Godot get area 2D rectangle. Rectangle shape 2D. Area 2D. Monitoring. Rectangle shape 2D. What did they say? How do you do it? Godot gets. Don't get. Yeah, let's just look at area 2D. What do they got on this? Area 2D. It has a shape. Right, it's got a shape. Shape. Is there a shape? I thought area 2D had a shape. No, it is area 2D dot what's it called? It should be shape, right? Area 2D dot. How do you get the shape? Monitoring gravity point. Get overlapping areas. Area entered, area exited. Body exited. Okay, maybe instead of getting spawn area, we don't really need the area 2D, right? It just needs to be the shape. So actually, move this one outside. Delete this spawn area. This is now spawn area. Although, please only use it as an area 2D, static body 2D. Okay, then how do I just get like an arbitrary rectangle? Does it need to be an area 2D? Okay, I guess maybe it does need to be an area 2D. Spawn area. Okay, how Godot get area 2D rectangle. I literally searched for that. Way to define and refer to custom rectangle. You should use rect2. Rect2a. You should use rect2a. Welcome, old man diabetes. But I can't just add. I would like to add it to the screen though. Godot get rectangle. Find all collision areas in rect2D. Why not define your area in an area 2D? Yes. How do I get the shape? Welcome, AltScout. How do I get the shape then? Getting extents of it. Ooh, this is a good one. No 2D does not have extents. So you have to get the collision shape. That's what it is. So okay, so then it's gotta be collision shape 2D. Spawn area slash collision shape 2D. Parse error 33. Oh yeah, so right. Okay. So then once you have the rectangle, then you have shape, and then you have extent. Okay. Shape and extent. Okay. Var extent is equal to this thing. And then you want to get a random point in this range. Extent. Wait, shape, collision shape 2D. Is extent not a thing that exists? Godot shape 2D. Shape 2D. Oh, get wrecked. Gamers get wrecked. Wrecked to get wrecked. Have I missed anything new? The game that I was working on is going to be done possibly in the next 2 weeks. I will be working on it off stream as to not bore everyone and also give away too much information. But look forward to it eventually. There's still no music though. I still need to add music to the game. I've added an intro cutscene. I need to figure out what to do for the ending cutscene. Anyway, should be cool. Okay, so not extent. It should be get rect. Okay, now that we have the rect, then we have to say position and end. Okay, so it's going to be extent dot position dot x rand range, right? Is it rand range? Rand f range? Rand f range. And then extent dot position dot extent dot end dot x. So this will be chatter dot position dot x equals this. What happened to the thing? I just typed something. What was this called? Rand f range. And then position dot y is also this, but it must be y. Alright, so now they should be spawning in random areas. It did not work. Turns out it does not work. Why is it not working? Okay, let's see. Let's debug this. Okay, the chatter is there. Username. It does say Wolfes. Where's the position? Chatter position dot x. Has this actually been set? Position x. Why is y negative? Hold on. Position is negative? What? Extends position y. And what if this was 0? Okay, if it's 0, it's 0. Why was it set to negative? Godot get random point in area. How did they do this? We get the shape. Position.x plus position. I thought it was end. Is that not what end is? Godot rect 2D. Welcome, Porkfu. Looking different? How is it looking different? Isn't it always different? Okay, end. Start ending point. This is usually the bottom right corner, equivalent to position plus size. I mean, that makes sense. But why is it not? Oh, is it because it's relative to the position of the parent? Do I need to get the global transform? The proportions seem different. I don't know, maybe. It looks the same to me. It looks consistent sometimes. But maybe you're right. How do you, the global position? I would like to get the global position of a rectangle. So maybe I need to add it. It needs to be, so we have this one. And then we need to, so position.x. And then end, it should be spawn area dot position dot x plus this. And then spawn area dot position dot y plus this. But why is it negative though? That's my thing. Okay, hold on. Can someone say something? Someone post a message? This is the issue with requiring chat interaction. Yo, let's go. Dream Elements, Altscop is there. Orfish is there. Thank you, Xtag, for the 9 months. That is many a month. Okay, so we have chatters showing up on screen now. Welcome, hey Biscuit. Okay. So what do I want to do? This is a game. I do not know what to do in the game, but it now has chat interaction. Now what? Now what though? I have not decided. I should probably commit this. Okay, the messages are showing up in the logs. Look at that, it's right there. Alright, now I need to figure out why connecting is not working though. I mean, it is working, but only because I hard-coded this thing. I need to figure out how to not hard-code my channel name and have it actually connect as expected. On authenticated, if not authed, they close the socket. But why is it authed though? It works even when you're not authenticated. So then what? What if I just type, what if I just call join channel? Is that a thing? Join channel? But then doesn't it then have the same, that, how do I, hold on, unauthenticated, join channel. Join channel, when is this called? Join channel, okay, it's only called unauthenticated, and yet it works even when you're not authenticated? Interesting. Why would they do that? Why are they doing this? Okay, so maybe I manually call join channel, but then I need to set the credentials though. That's the issue. This thing is dependent too much on there being credentials. Authenticate Ds, got them. Got them. Okay, so what if I start it and then I manually call join channel? Is that a possibility that I can do? So okay, we go here. You call start first, and then it will not be connected, which is fine. But then I call tmi.irc._join channel. Is that a method that exists even? TMI event stream. That's a different thing. What? Where does IRC get set? You know, okay, I'm just gonna, maybe we don't need to care about them. Maybe I'll keep it as this and then add a to-do. Figure out how to configure this. And then watch as I never actually configure it. Okay, so we have something here. We have a partially working thing. Init property not found, TMI log level. Parameter type is never used. Okay, that's fine. TMI log level. What is that? info. Let's set that to info. Project settings. General. How do you add a project setting? Advanced settings. How do I add a plugin? Godot add add-on as. How to add add-ons? How to install plugin, not from the asset library. Enabling a plugin. Godot add plugin not in asset lib. Godot add plugin from GitHub. Godot git plugin. What? How do you do it? How do you add this plugin? Add to favorites. Register as plugin. Project settings. Plugins. Create new plugin. Oh, create new plugin. Plugin name is this thing. Plugin name is just TMI. Subfolder cannot be one that already exists. Okay, but like, how do I add one that does exist? Godot add plugin that exists. How to add plugins. Do I need to what's the deal? Huh? What is even the deal? Project.godot add-ons. We go to the add-ons directory. There's nothing here that tells them that it's an add-on. It really makes you think. It really causes you to consider. Oh, okay, whatever. I'm just gonna commit this. Git status. Git add. Git to diff. It has added the entirety of the TMI plugin. Maybe I should just hold on. Git status. How do I get on add? Oh, I've added too much. Git rm cached. Is that what it is? Git unstage. Git unstage file. Git restore staged or git reset. I don't want to. Hold on. How do you do this? Git remove cache does not unstage. It actually stages removal from the repo, but leaves file in your working tree. rm cache does not remove. To remove a file staged, unstaging a file. With this many votes, we want to have an unstage command. Git restore -- staged. Git restore staged. Entities. Screens. I spelled it wrong. Okay, so it's there. What did I change in product? Project.git. Godot, sorry. Gits. How do we check specifically this? Okay, we set the main scene. That's fine. No, but I could also unstage that. Git restore project.godot. You know, I should also unset this thing and then have it as its own commit. Let's undo this. I probably should have just committed this at first. Okay, git commit add TMI plugin. Okay, then you redo this change. How do I redo this? Isn't this so interesting watching someone just commit git code, just committing his project status? Git add, commit, and initial code for spawning users, chatters, in scene. Okay, so now that that's there, it works. Okay, but now what? Practical use of CLI Git. Are you using not CLI Git? Are you using other stuff? All right, so now what do I do? Now that we can spawn players, what do I actually want to do? I don't know. I just don't know. Oh yes, we need to add the log level. Oh, the reason why I was doing all that stuff was because I thought that it would be handled immediately if I added it as a plugin. Is there a way to do it? Godot add plugin not. Oh, I literally searched for that. Add plugin not an asset lib. Asset lib. Install from asset lib. Godot add plugin. Here, what if I just search for add plugin? Installing plugins. Preferred way. That's the preferred way. But what if I don't do the preferred way? It contains a plugin.cfg. Oh, is it because this thing doesn't have a plugin.cfg? Is that what it is? But then other ones, Godot, better terrain. Is that why it's not being picked up as a plugin? Ah, that's what it is. This guy did not even define his thing as a plugin. Bro, he doesn't even know. Okay, I guess I have to do that myself. Should I open? I should open an issue. It's like, bro, this is not even a config. Bro, what are you doing? Create new file. Text file. Welcome Metal Deer. Bro, he doesn't even know. Okay, so this one has got to be plugin. Was it plugin.cfg? Plugin.cfg. Okay, and then this one. All right, what is the name? tmi.gd. Description. What is the description for this one? Streamer focused Twitch integration for Godot. Author is Aerodozer. Version is... There are no versions. I'm simply going to just take the git commit hash and the script specifically. Audio only time, that way my coworkers think I'm using Slack. This guy is slacking, but not on Slack. Addons.tmi. It's got to be tmi.gd, right? tmi.gd. Okay, so I've added this thing. Is it then enabled as a plugin? Project. Oh, there it is, right. Okay, there we go. Unable to load script. Base type is not editor plugin. Oh, what the heck? They don't have an editor plugin? Is this not a real plugin? Okay, what if I don't have script? Maybe this thing doesn't have a script. Oh, but it's not even there. What the? Editor plugin? Okay, so it just provides files. It's not like its own thing. How does that work? It doesn't work. I just don't know. All right, you know, maybe we don't do this. All right, now what do I do though? What do I do? What am I supposed to do? I probably should have decided before actually implementing this stuff. So we have the ability to spawn players. Is that even what I want to do in the game though? You could have them jump around. You could have them like walk in. They could just walk around arbitrarily. Or what if I start a new game? What if I make an entirely new game? Welcome Alchjakar. There you are. Look, you're in the game right now. You have shown up in the chat. What do I do? Well, there's Carabelle as well. Okay, what if I give up on this idea? We've learned some things though. I now know how to possibly implement something like this. Now I could scrap this entire project and make like an actual real game. Something that would be easier to test. But what would it be though? A platformer? Another platformer? A dinosaur jumping game? I could maybe make the dinosaur jumping game. Have we considered that? This feels kind of like the first stream that I did, where I didn't know what I was doing. I was just like, oh, let's figure out how to make a platformer. Welcome, Mr. Eldritch. And then I kind of just like followed a tutorial. I could do that. I could consider doing that. What's like an easy game to make? Let's make a new project. Let's totally just start over. We could revisit this later at some point if I have an idea for a chat interaction game. RPG Maker? No, it's gotta be Godot. I'm specifically choosing to do Godot. Could have a programming game. Could have horses. Could have Can Godot do bullet hell? It can do anything. It could literally. What if I did that? What if I just made a bullet hell game? Do I want to do that? Maybe. Okay, let's make a new project. Project setting. Quit to project list. Let us create a new project. Oh, but I already have one named June 2025. Let's rename this one to be June 2025 chat. Okay. And then I would like to move the directory. How do I move? That's not what I meant to. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. A shooter might be fun. What if it's like Redactyl, but you type in chat? Yeah, but I feel like it's better to like have them go on the website, right? Typing of the dead is chat typing. Oh yeah, you could type a word faster than someone else, and then they get the points. No, but then that's like dependent on like stream delay though. Some people might have faster streams. What would it be? What would it even be? I mean, we could try to make something. Okay, what if I just get like you could be type in like words. Okay, we could maybe make like the scramble game. The word unscramble game that we play. 23 words. Right. There's like a Godot word dictionary plugin. Sorry. Okay, dictionary has a meaning in programming. I mean like an actual like list of words. List of words plugin. List variable that contains a bunch of words. Connected words. Okay, maybe word dictionary download. Word web. For games specifically. No, okay. You know, searching is kind of hard sometimes. Word web. Word web. Download txt file. A text file containing many English words for all your dictionary word-based projects. What about common words? Common English words txt. How do I word web? Google 10,000 English. This repo contains 10,000 most common English words by frequency. Maintenance not maintained. Swear-free lists. No swear words. Word length lists. Usage. Do I want to add this? It's like there could be multiple words. Words no swears. And you gotta filter by words that are longer, right? Some words are too short. Disco. Are these aren't even sorted? Oh no, they're sorted by frequency, right? That's what they said. It's sorted by frequency. Why? Just the letter V. The information procedures. Maybe I could do this. Swaziland? Media wiki? Hey, okay, these need to be real words. I need, okay, real word. This is specifically Google words. 1,000 most common words. Compile list of words. Okay, I guess they don't need to be common words. If I'm taking, well, okay, but what if it's like a really obscure? It could be a really obscure word. But also, this already exists. There's words on stream. That's literally what this is. Right, this is literally this. Oh, that's the thing that I was trying to make, but there could be other ideas. Typing of the dead. Yeah, that one though. It was too dependent on stream delay. What do I do? This is like the least interesting stream. Just me not knowing what to do. Okay, let's just make a new project. Maybe not with chat interaction. And let me look again at my list of game ideas. Is there one that I could do in the next hour? Dinosaur jumping game. Okay, I could consider making dinosaur jumping game. The Google Chrome game that happens when you're offline. Is that even interesting though? You've seen that a billion times. Oh, but what if chat is the dinosaur? What if chat summons the obstacles? But then they could just spam. They could simply just spam them. No. I asked several questions. I'm not sure which response the no would be. Chat summoning obstacles. Yeah, but like, how would that work though? So they could either spam it, but then if they don't, what am I saying? If there's a cooldown, then they could collude to send the same message at the same time, and then it would make it impossible to jump over. Chat interaction games. Marbles, simulator, horse race tests, fishing. What if it was fishing? Is there something I could do with fishing? Really makes you think. Fishing, tower defense, incremental game, programming game, another platformer, Picross. What if I just made Picross? You consider that if I just made Picross? But I mean, Picross already exists. There's a lot of other things that have implemented Picross. Pong. I could implement Breakout or Pong. Is that even interesting though? Picross. What about K-Cross? Like Pi Cross? I see. Interesting. What if it was K-Cross? What if we simply crossed the cake? Vampire Survivors. What if Vampire Survivors, but there was chat interaction? What if there was, what about chess and the player that finds the optimal play first? Well, that's the thing, is that I don't know chess though. It would require me to know things about chess and what optimal moves are, which is perhaps a bit complicated for me. Let's see, what about, This is hard. Okay, for the next one of these streams that I do, I guess I will think of a game instead of trying to figure it out during this stream. What if it's chaos chess? Players can make any move and the most voted for move wins. Nah, I feel like I don't feel like I want to make a chess game though. Like, as someone who doesn't particularly enjoy chess, I feel like it'd be too much for me specifically. Man. It is surprising though that I have like this, like a list of this many ideas, and like I don't really feel like doing any of them. I've listed at least like 20 ideas. And I'm like, is that too simple? Is that even interesting? Twitch plays Jackbox. Twitch plays Pokemon Go. Twitch is there. Twitch exists. Twitch.television. Alright, what if for the rest of the stream I just implement dinosaur jumping game? Just because. Quit to project list. Make new project. Dinosaur jump. The best chat interaction games are where it's a real game and chat can help with or mess with streamer, with the Noida Twitch mod or crowd control. So what if it's playing Balatro? Every few minutes chat can mess with you. But that's like already a thing though, right? There's oh yeah, it's literally called crowd control. It's like, okay, so like if there is a game that I can make that is a real game, how could I turn dinosaur jumping game into chat interaction? I did say you could have chat possibly spawn obstacles, but like how could that be done in a way that is reasonable and actually fun? Is that even fun? Okay, what, I don't know. Dinosaur, create dinosaur game. Dinosaur, it's just gonna be called dinosaur. Put that in the Godot directory. Dinosaur. Watch as I give up on this in half an hour as well. I'm like, oh cool, dinosaur game. Okay, 2D scene. It will create a new folder. Screens. Create new folder. Screens. And then we have a game screen. This will be game. The node known as game. Okay. We save this in here. Alright, then we gotta have an entity which is dinosaur. I'll call it player, I guess. Create a new scene. Player. Alright, so we have our player scene. The player is going to be a, let's see, let's change the type. Player. What was the name for it? Character body 2D. And then it has to have a collision shape. Okay, so placeholder graphic, we're just going to have a icon. We got to decide the size of the sprite. What is the scale of this? So let's see, my pixel art has been 16 by 16. So maybe this guy will be 16 by 16. Sprite. Dinosaurs, you're telling me this is a dinosaur. Okay, so it's going to have a collision shape. 2D. It's going to have a shape that is a capsule shape. And there. Is the dinosaur drinking lemon lime soda? No one really even knows, honestly. No one can hope to understand dinosaurs. They've been extinct for too long. And no one knows. Okay, position -16. The capsule shape is going to have a height of 16. A radius of 8, I guess. Wait, what was it before? 3? 4? Radius of 4? It's gonna be down there. Okay, and then you make the sprite really small. And right there. Okay. And you add a script. Player 2D. Create. Isn't there supposed to be like a template script that they have here? Have I heard the joke about the dinosaurs that found a magic lamp? I have not heard about it. Can you tell me this joke? Dinosaur. They were extinct. I don't know. What's the joke? Does anyone know jokes? Any jokesters? Anyone a fan of jokes? Dinosaurs are cool and all, but dino sweets and dino bitters, that's where it's at. No, that's dino sours. 3 dinosaurs found a magic lamp with a genie inside. They decided each of them would get one wish. Did one of them wish for like a meteor to destroy them all? Is that what happened? Alright, so the player. We have an enumeration. Yes, okay, I predicted the joke. I don't know what the first 2 wished for. But you know, dinosaurs, they did go extinct. That is a common thing that happens to them. The Pteranodon wished for a big chunk of meat. So true. So true. Stay idle. Running. Jumping. Oh, a meteor shower. I wish for a whole shower of meat. The Utah Raptor? Is that a thing? Isn't that like a sports team? The Utah Raptors? Is that actually... is it? What is the sports team Raptors? It is a Utah Raptors. Toronto Raptors? Toronto? Basketball? Why is it giving me Toronto results? Is there not another team called the Raptors? Does it think that I'm in Canada? Hold on. Where's my VPN set to? US East. I guess maybe it thinks I'm in Canada. Toronto Raptors are a basketball team. Is there like a not Toronto Raptors? Toronto Raptors? Is there another team called the Raptors? Okay, maybe it is just this one. Thinking of a different team? Okay, well... See, Utah Raptors. What is the Utah Raptors? Baseball? What? What? The Ogden Raptors? Alright, whatever. Turns out I don't know sports. Maybe I just made it up. Utah Jazz. I see. Well, I just don't know. I simply don't know. Utah Raptor was a real dinosaur. Yeah, I assumed so. I heard a good joke. My friend told me women like Sony, but men like Bose. And I said, no, those are just stereotypes. Oh, they're like types of stereos, but it's also another word. That's a good one. Now, based on my response, it may seem like I didn't think it was a good one, but I'm not good at expressing laughter at things that I find amusing. But I do think that one was good. Yeah, so we got process. We got physics process. So we gotta add some buttons. Project settings. We gotta add an input map. And a new action jump. And that action is going to be triggered by space or Z. Now you may be like, Wolfie, why are you saying Z? You're not like Canadian. I don't know. Sometimes I just feel like saying Z. Does that happen to you all? Is anyone here like, yeah, totally, Z. I would totally say Z. True. Zed. Zed. Isn't that the guy who wrote the song Remedy or whatever? Anyone know that song? Everyone knows that song. Okay, physics process. You want to check the state, right? So let's see. Check. What is match? Is it match? Match state. And then if state dot idle, state dot jumping, and then if you are jumping, it needs to be jumping and falling. Falling is another state. Okay, how do you handle gravity? It's been a while. Position, velocity, right? Move and slide, that's the thing. Move and slide. Move and slide. What does move and slide except? Nothing? Okay, you have to adjust your velocity. Okay. So this goes here. Velocity dot. It should also be enter state, right? Function enter state. State. Void. If you have entered state, then new state, match new state. If the state, if you have just entered, is jumping, then you should have the velocity dot y should equal to the impulse. Now we got to set that as a constant or something. Const jump impulse is equal to, I don't know, 1,000, 100. There's a way to do this with math. Forget what it is. Let's check it. Calculate game dev. Calculate impulse jump impulse. calculating impulse required to jump a certain height. Accelerating downwards, we got calculations, math game, momentum and impulse forces, platformer physics. Oh god, there's too much. When you go on a website and like the entire website is just like, hey, sign up, make sure you sign in, and then the actual thing you can actually read is like this small. Can't believe this. Okay, here's the function. You can say the jump is defined as y equals this thing. Okay, and then what? How do you, let's just give me the answer. To recap, jump speed is square root of 2 hg. What is h? Height, and g is gravity. Is that what it is? Jump speed, jump height. HG is Mercury? No, that's the television channel where they do like home renovations. Let's see, const jump height. Let's set that to like 48 pixels. So then the jump impulse is going to be calculated relative to this. Gravity, okay, we don't know gravity. What is gravity? Time. You want to have time. Is T the time in the air? Duration. Jump duration. Is that duration until the peak of the jump, or duration in general? Okay, maybe it is in general. Okay, constant gravity is equal to constant time in air, time to peak. Does the existence of a renovation imply the existence of a novation? Yeah, when you renovate, you're doing it again. Also, let me drink water. I've forgotten that I should be doing that. Alright, so I've hydrated. Alright, the time to peak, I don't know, 0.3 seconds. We should also name it seconds. Okay, gravity should be height, jump height, divided by 2 times time to peak squared. And then the jump impulse should be square root of 2 times jump height times gravity. Okay, so if you enter new state, velocity.y should be negative jump impulse. Right, so then if you are jumping, then you should be velocity.y plus equals gravity. Okay, then if you're not jumping, okay, so hold on. So let's see. State.running. So if you are running, then we need to get the input vector. Well, hold on. In the regular dinosaur game, you don't get to move left or right. So maybe we don't process horizontal input. Although we could consider adding something like that. If you're running, well, I guess if you're running, that should be the default state, right? I'd say maybe state running and idle are the same. Maybe idle is like when the game has not started yet. Alright, so if you're running nothing, if you are idle, Nothing. Now we want to at some point maybe replace these with actual animations. But okay, no, but then idle, it should process your input. So then we have function, what's it called? Unhandled input. Event dot action is action pressed. Jump. Then what? And then if you are in these states, then you should be allowed to jump. And I feel like usually I put these in separate files, and it's a bit more reasonable. But at the moment, everything's in the same file. If action press jump, enter state, New Jersey. You enter the state known as New Jersey. State dot jump. Okay, and then same thing here. You might be like, Wolfie, you're repeating code. That's bad. You're right, but it's fine. It's actually totally fine. Okay, so then velocity y, that's gravity. If velocity y is now, no, this is, yes, if velocity y is less than, if it's greater than or equal to 0, then enter state falling. Right, because now your velocity is going downward. And then we need a state dot falling. Your velocity is also gravity added. But then when you're falling, that's when you detect whether you have collided with the ground. Right, so maybe we put move and slide here. There. We also put it here. And then falling if is on floor. Then enter state state.idle. Right. So now we need to add some collision. So we have collision shape. We should add some collision layers. So let's see, we have collision. Where's the collision? Collision object. Alright, so the collision layer. The player's going to have their own layer. Let's rename layer 1 to be floor, perhaps. Floor. So they'll be on layer 2. Layer 2 is going to be player. Right, and then we have this stuff. If you have collided, okay, that's fine. So now we go to the game. We have our player. The player is right here. We also need a camera. Camera 2D. Okay, and then that camera should be zoom should be 1. Limit. Anchor mode should be fixed top left. Alright, so we move the player somewhere. Let's move them over here. And we gotta add an obstacle. Collision shape 2D. It's going to be a solid line. It's going to be a line 2D. What's it called? Segment shape, world boundary shape 2D. And then we move this down here. So I think this one means, I always forget what the arrow stands for. Is that above? I'm going to assume that's above. Collision shape 2D. Oh, we need, what's it called? Collision collider? What is it called? Body 2D? Is it static body 2D? Is that what it is? Provide a collision shape to a collision object 2D. Static body 2D. Rigid body 2D. I guess static body 2D. Collide of scope. Me when the scope is colliding. Alright, collision layer 1. It will collide with the player. Now, wouldn't it be so cool if I started this and it just worked? Okay, well, the player is there. It appears that they're not jumping. Parameter delta is never used. Oh, I need to multiply by delta. I forgot about delta. Okay, so what's happening here? The player is in the idle state. Unhandled input. If I press jump, it's not doing anything. Enter state. If jumping, velocity y is equal to negative jump impulse. Why is that? Physics process. Velocity y times gravity times delta. And then move and slide. If is on floor, enter state idle. If you are in this state, let me print something to check that it's actually doing something. Okay, so jump was in fact pressed. We enter state jumping, so would that not set your velocity y to equal to negative jump impulse? And then it goes to physics process. We should have a label on the player to demonstrate what their current state is. And child node label. On enter state, you set the label. Debug label. What does jump impulse compute to? Good question. I should consider. I should maybe jump on impulse is nothing. Hold on. Let's print that. Print velocity dot y. Negative 160. So it should be doing something. The player should be going somewhere. Okay, but let's see. On state change, label debug label dot text equals. I think there isn't a convenient way to get a string from an enum, right? Which is a strange thing in Godot. Is that they don't have a built-in way to do that. It just gives you the integer. Is there a way? Is there a way to do that? Godot get get name of enum. State names. Do you have to actually just make names? Enum name dot keys. Wait, really? Keys? Oh, maybe it is possible. But this is so old. March 2019. Hold on. So this would be state dot keys. What does that do? Keys. Oh, it does work. I for some reason did not know. New state. I was mistaken. Turns out it was totally fine. Are you winning? Is anyone really winning though? No. No one is ever winning. Now why is the label not showing stuff? The label should be above the player. I've added test to it. Okay, now it does work. Oh, now we're jumping? Okay, so we are in the jumping state. How do I make this thing center? Horizontal align center. And then we set the position to be something. You have this be in the middle. Okay, so it says we're jumping. Velocity.y. We have set the velocity. So then as we're jumping velocity, okay, what if I just print the velocity? As we are in the jumping state, print the velocity. It is not printing it. Is it even doing physics process at all? This is running. Okay, it is running. Wait, but then... Oh, because I never actually set... No, I do set it. Do I actually set the state? New state. Okay, I don't actually set the state. Player.state equals new state. That's what I'm missing. It's that simple. Me when I forget to update the state. Okay, look at that. It works. So we can now jump. True, it works now. Very nice. Okay, now the time is pretty high. 0.3 seconds though. Is that 0.3 seconds to peak? That feels much longer. Hold on. Is that really 0.3 seconds? What if it's 0.1? Okay, that feels... Is that really 0.1 seconds? That's 100 milliseconds. Is 0.3 really that long? It doesn't feel right. Like 1 Mississippi. That's like 1 second. What is that? What's the deal? Time to peak. What about 0.2? 0.1. Does anyone know the formula? Godot. Sorry, it's not specific to Godot. Game dev jump impulse formula. Time to peak. So true. Okay, what is this one? Math for game developers. Imagine doing math. Calculating impulse, momentum, and impulse forces. Implementing impulses. There's too much. Just show me the formula. I could also just look at my code of my previous thing that I've implemented on jumping physics in games. The initial impulse, the gradual force, implementation. Okay, here we go. Get jump force. Distance, what is G? Gravity. Okay, distance, gravity, mass, and time. This is the total time the jump force can be applied in seconds. Wait, what's jump force and jump impulse? What's the difference? So jump impulse is 2 times gravity times distance. Is that what I have? We have jump impulse. Jump height. Wait, jump height. Why is this one divided? They also have mass. I don't care about mass. Jump height divided by 2 times other thing? Hold on, I'm just gonna open up my other code in my other computer and just check how I implemented it there. You can't see this, but I'm totally opening it right now. Okay, we go to player.gd. Okay, what is the formula? So I set jump height, jump impulse. Jump impulse is -2 times jump height divided by... Wait, this one? I don't use square root there at all. What the heck? Jump impulse, -2 times jump height divided by jump time to peak. Jump time to peak. Here, what if I just copy all this? And then I just put it in here. Okay, so let's see. Jump impulse. This one does not have square root. It's actually -2 times jump height divided by jump. I should really put the word jump in there. Jump time to peak seconds. Okay, so we have jump impulse here, and then jump gravity. We got jump height gravity 2.0 times jump height divided by jump time, and then times this. Okay, and then fall gravity, that's the same thing. Jump impulse -2 times this. Is that, it's that simple? Okay, let's try this one. Okay, is that correct? 0.2 seconds to time to peak. But wait, what if this was, what if it was 1 second? 1 second to jump 48. The player is not jumping. Hold on, jumping. Oh, because it's negative. Hold on. Right there. Okay, that feels like 1 second. 1. Okay. Okay, and then in this one, I think if you're idle but you're not on the floor, you should in fact be on the floor. So we should also apply gravity. We should also move and slide. We should also check if you are on the floor. If you are not on floor, enter state falling. Right? It's a lot of duplicated code, but that's fine. Me when I open the door. Me when it's door time. Okay, so jump time to peak. This could be like 0.2 seconds. Okay, that feels snappy. It seems good. Falling idle, jumping, falling idle, good. Okay, okay. And then what? I should commit this. Git, let's go to the previous directory, cd dinosaur, git add, sorry, git init, git status, git add, git commit, initial commit, -am. Alright, so we have something that works. I should use GD format. GD format dot. Okay, that's all. My formatting was totally fine. I just added some new lines. Alright, now, here's the thing though. The thing is that we need our camera, we need to have a viewport that is zoomed in. This could be another pixel art heavy game. And so we'll add a viewport, a sub viewport, and then a sub viewport container. Right, sub viewport goes in the container, and then we have the world. We add a child node that is a node 2D and call this world. You put everything inside that world. And then you put the world inside the sub viewport. And then So then you set the sub viewport container. It's going to have, you want to set the resolution. This sub viewport specifically is going to have size, what size is Celeste rendered at? 360 by 180? I think. Hold on. Celeste resolution. Game Celeste resolution. 320 by 180. Alright, we have sub viewport container. Now, why is this I thought this camera would be... Oh no, it's fine. It's because we didn't set this one. Okay, so let's set the project size. Display. It's going to be, what is 720p resolution? 720p is 1280 by 720. Okay, we got stretch mode, viewport. That's good. You also want to set like the rendering settings, right? What's it called? Filter, textures, nearest. True. And then, so, okay, since this is that size, you want to scale the sub viewport container by the size. And that size specifically is the scale. Transform is going to be scaled by 4. Okay, and then where is the player in that scene? Oh, they're not even in the world. I thought they were in the world. So we put all this stuff there. The question is, where is the player now? I do not know where the camera is. Player. The player is, oh, what the heck? What is this? World. The world? Transform? Scale? Sub viewport? Something's wrong. Okay, what if I make this into its own scene? Save branch scene. Let's make a new folder called, now in my other game I call this levels. I don't know if this is like, what do I call this? The game scene, the world. Game? Do I just call it game? I don't know. That's the hard part about programming, is deciding on how to name things. How to organize your directories. As the world, I guess, is an entity that contains many other entities. I could call it scenes, but that's also a bit too specific. That's too like, it's too general. I mean, screens. You know, whatever. Screens, world.scene. Okay, so then in that world, we have this. Now, for some reason, the camera has not picked up the actual movement. Sub viewport container. So we have size, that's what I expect. Size is this. We have scale. Scale is larger. Sub viewport is there. That's good. We got the world. Now, why is this world? Oh, what? Oh, the world. Wait, do I need to scale something else? Sub viewport. Wait a second. World. Is it because the camera is unaware? If I put the player here, and then I take this thing, the world boundary is actually here. Okay, so hold on, there, over there. The camera. Is there a way to set the camera scale? Camera limit. Camera size. How do I set camera zoom? 4? Camera zoom, no, yeah, 4 is fine. 4. No, it should not be 4 because there's a parent viewport. We should make sure that this static body, what if it was like there? Oh, look at those graphics. Okay, so this, we are jumping the number of pixels that we have specified. You can go to your player and check the script. Jump height is 48. So we know that the player, this is like a 16 pixels tall. So you would expect it to jump up to here. And that appears to be correct. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. Or sorry, by 3, right? Yeah, by 3. So that's good. 48. That's right. 16 times 3. I know math. I'm familiar with math sometimes. Alright, so we have this. Now we just have to spawn some obstacles. The player could also be a bit more to the left. Perhaps on the left side of the screen. Okay, now you gotta think about the collision position. What is the transform of this world boundary? 408. What if it was actually at... Wait, what is this shape? This world boundary, should that not be at 0? This should be at 0. We should be moving the position of this specifically. So this could be at the position known as 300. Alright, so okay, that's too much. It's 180 is the maximum height, so it could be like 170 perhaps. Or maybe like 168. 164. Because that is a multiple of 8. Okay, so that's good. How high does the dinosaur jump in the usual game? What if I make it higher? It could be like, what is 48? I'm at 64. 164 is not a multiple of 8. What? It's a multiple of something. No, sorry, I meant it's 180 minus a multiple of 8, which is 16. I'm thinking from the bottom of the grid. Oh yeah, because 180 does not divide into 8. That was the thing. There's 4 off, so it would be actually 160. Yeah. Yes, that was another thing with the previous game as well. This is the resolution that Celeste uses. But they did not have. There's like 4 pixels at the bottom that are not part of an 8x8 tile. It really makes you think. Okay, we're jumping. Hey, you know, here's the cool thing about the state machine is that it handles when you're in the air. It does not allow you to jump twice because you're, you know, you're in this state. It doesn't handle it. Okay, so instead of printing velocity, we do this. Let me format this. Let me commit this. Get to add screens. All right, so we have add camera, add viewport, scale. You mathematicians, imagine doing math. All right, so we have obstacles. Let's create an entity, a scene that is obstacle.tscn. And then in this obstacle scene, we will have the Godot icon again. Position 0. The scale, make that small. At the height, oops. The height could be 16. Okay, let's add a collision shape. Actually, let's change the type. It's going to be a what's the type? Change change type. It's going to be a what's a good thing for obstacles? Is it still a character body 2D? Is that the case? Character body 2D. From characters moved by script. Physics body 2D. Body 2D. Rigid body 2D. Okay, this uses physics simulation. Static body 2D. Can't be moved by external forces. When moved manually, it does not affect other bodies in its path. Animatable body 2D. When moved manually, it affects other bodies in its path. Okay, so we want animatable body 2D, I think. Possibly. I don't remember. Let's see. I think this is what I used for crates in my other game. And then we have a collision shape. Collision shape is going to have a what kind of shape? Circle shape. Another capsule shape. Circle. What about a circle shape? A radius would be 8. And then what is this? Obstacle. Wait, collision shape 2D only serves to provide collision object. Animatable. Does animatable body not have? Wait, what is it? There's no. Oh, there's a shape on this thing. Wait, what? What does that say? This node has no shape. Physics material. What? No. No, this should not be physics simulator. Wait, how did I do the other thing? Let me check my other code. Crate.gd. Oh, crate also, never mind. I was mistaken. Crate is actually a character body 2D. Okay, that's what it meant. Oh wait, no, it's because this thing is part of this. Okay, never mind. I was nesting the things incorrectly. Classic mistake. Alright, so this is here. Now I want to change the icon. Whoops, let's lock this shape. Let's move the icon. It's gonna be here. Do this one. Okay, so I believe that is possibly good. It could be a bit smaller. That seems correct. Now, to distinguish this from the player, we would like to change the color of it. It's going to be red. Modulate red. Sorry, modulate red. That is not red. Why is that not red? I thought that was red. This is not red. Red is maximum. Everything else is not. Is this not how modulation works? It's not working. Why is it not being applied? Modulate. Oh, I'm modulating the collision shape. What the frick? I should be modulating the icon. What is bro doing? Canvas item visible. Okay, this is what I meant. Okay, there you go. Okay, that's what you want. All right, so now you have obstacle. Okay, obstacle. You want to add a script to it. Attach script. You want to have obstacle.gd. Now the obstacle specifically, class name obstacle on physics process. So you want to have a speed, right? The speed, export var speed. You can configure this in various ways. By default, let's have it be 10, -10, because it's moving to the left. And then physics process, I believe animatable body, you don't set velocity, right? They don't have velocity, you just change the position, right? Move and collide, motion vector 2, okay, so it's going to have a constant velocity. I guess speed could just be vector 2 of -10 and 0. Move and collide, speed. Okay, so we want the collision of this thing. This will have collision layer. We're going to have a new collision layer. Obstacles. So it'll be in the obstacles layer. It will collide with the player. Welcome, Zoli. Also, welcome, Tag Barrel. Is Celeste finished or merely in a state too uninteresting to stream? It is not finished. It'll be finished probably in the next 2 weeks. But yes, the remaining things are not that interesting. Just a lot of like cleanup. Right, so we got this. We got physics process, move and collide, speed. Now players should also collide specifically with obstacles. And we should have a thing for like if player collides with obstacle, they should die. Right, that is a thing. So obstacle is moving to the left constantly. This one should be, if it's off screen, it should despawn as well. So let's see. We should have a boundary. What kind of game? This is the dinosaur jumping game from Google Chrome. You can jump. There's going to be obstacles. You might be like, how is this different from the dinosaur game? I don't know. I have not decided yet. This may not be a project that I continue into next week. But you know, it's something. Alright, so let's see. Physics process. This one doesn't need to be actually a physics enabled object. It could just be an area 2D. Right? Is that the thing? Is that what I want here? I guess it's fine for now. What if there's roguelikes? I did think about something like that. I did consider having it be like an incremental game, like Cookie Clicker. Right, you jump over obstacles, and then for every jump you get points, and then you can spend those points on other things. Maybe you can have, you know, more obstacles so that you get points faster. You could maybe have like something that auto jumps sometimes. I don't know. And you could just not play the game. What about that? How could you make that interesting? Surely there's some way. Alright, so I should have another another collision layer called despawner, maybe. Perhaps a despawner. So we have layer 4. Rename layer despawner. So it will also collide with despawner. Okay, so move and collide. We'll return various things. No, despawner is actually well, okay, let's make a despawner entity. Or should this be part of this thing? We could have component-based things. That's a thing. That's component-based design. Let's see. So move and collide. There's like a node thing, right? Welcome, Sheriff Pumpkin. Node. Collision. Collision shape. Collision shape. Well, okay, collisions. You want to check for collisions. It returns you a kinematic collision 2D. Now this one should be, we should be tracking the area though. What am I doing? What's the best way to do this? Area 2D, should this be an area 2D? But then area 2Ds don't have move and collide. I guess these things don't need to collide. Let's let's change the type. Area 2D. There we go. So there is no move and collide. I just set position. Position plus equals speed. Okay, and then node, we should check area entered. So let's see. Entities, create new script. despawner.gd. So despawner, also this should extend area 2D. Okay, so despawner is going to should extend area 2D. And then specifically it's going to have we should have a despawner scene. Well, should I though? How does this even work? It extends area 2D. Area 2D should have a signal that is when things enter the area. Area 2D. We have signals. So function ready void. So let's see, what are the signals on area 2D? Area entered. Body entered. Area entered.connect. So if it is there, then you would simply what is it? Body entered. So we got okay, hold on. On area entered. Area void. So this is connected to on area entered, and then you should just area dot queue free. And same thing for body entered. You should have a similar thing on body entered. I guess it will be the same thing. On body entered. Instead of area, it'll be body 2D. Why is this not a thing? Could not find type body 2D. No, it's just node 2D. Okay, so we have a despawner. That's good. We go to our game. We add a. We got a world actually. So we add another another stag body. No, an area 2D. So this will be our despawner. We simply drag the despawner into this, and then in this despawner we add a what's it called, an area 2D. In this area 2D, sorry, not area 2D, shape 2D, collision shape 2D. It's going to be a world boundary shape, and specifically is going to point to the left, right. So it'll be 1, 0. Okay, we should also save this as despawner.scene. Okay, and then we move it a little bit to the left, specifically because you don't want them to despawn directly there. They should wait a little bit before being off screen. Alright, so now that we have that, we can try placing one obstacle on the screen. We will have these spawn dynamically in the future. But for now, they'll just be here. So it should be moving to the left. Okay, it has moved very fast. We should, okay, let's check whether it despawns. This thing, we'll drag it a bit farther here. So as soon as this thing crosses the line, it does not despawn. Hold on. Oh, because I didn't set the thing. Okay, so on the despawner, you got to set the collision layers. Collision. This will be part of the despawner layer. It's going to have the mask, which collides with obstacles. Okay, so that one worked. As soon as the obstacle passes that, it despawns. You could also consider not despawning it. You can simply move it back to the right side. That is totally a possibility. To save on resources, to avoid constantly respawning things, you could consider doing that. But for this one, there's no such thing. Alright, despawner is going to be at -48. Okay, now we should have a script. We should also check whether colliding with this. So, okay, so in our player script, we should check for collisions. Let's see. So let's see, this one, the player specifically should have a script that is move and slide. Hold on. We need to check for collisions, right? How is that a thing? Godot check for collision with area 2D. Is it only area 2Ds that can collide with area 2Ds? No, bodies can, but then can a body trigger? Is there a thing, Godot character body 2D? Specialized physics body, area 2D. There's no mention of area 2D in here. Now I could add it in the obstacle, which maybe is not the best idea. But I could. Hold on, can we add area entered, body entered, connect on body entered. If body is player, print collided. Okay, so it did print collide. You see that on the bottom right there, collided. So that should cause the player to die. There's probably a better way to do this. We could add an area 2D. Wait, hold on, is that a thing? Can we check character body 2D? Check collision with area. 11 collisions with area body 2D. How to get collision detected? How do I detect collisions? Area 2D doesn't collide. Alright, whatever. Okay, so then let's see. So in the world script, we should periodically on a timer, we should spawn obstacles. Now it should be a bit random. We should set a range, a timer range. Script world. Oh, the world has no script. Okay, let's attach a script to world. Extend node 2D. Okay, we have a timer. A child node timer. And then that timer will have a timeout. We'll connect the timeout to the world. So we'll preload a script. So we have a constant, which is obstacle scene. Preload obstacle dot scene. Obstacle scene dot instantiate. And then we set the position of the obstacle to be the right side of the screen. We can set a marker 2D on the world. Let's create a child node marker 2D. And then you move this marker 2D to be off screen. Let's see, 360. So it will be 360. Let's have it be 372. And the y coordinate should be the same as the floor. What if I just move this here? Is that a thing? It's not a thing. Okay, static body 2D is positioned at 160. Okay, so marker 2D. Set that to 160. Spawner. Obstacle spawner. Okay, so then in the world, we get a reference to obstacle spawner. And then we set obstacle dot position equal obstacle spawner dot position. Okay, now we just need to reset the timer. We need to set a spawn timer range. Export var. Is it obstacle? Is there like a range type, a minimum max range type in Godot? Dynamically setting up min-max value of an exporter variable. Export, oh, there's a thing. Is that a thing? Export range? That's not a thing. Obstacle spawn time minimum. It's got to be 0.5 seconds. Time maximum should be. Oh, there was a 0.2 and 0.3. Now hold on, this is not necessarily the way you want to do it. So maybe, I don't know, maybe it's fine. Okay, so and then you set timer dot start. And we should also make sure that we access this as unique name. And set this one here. Let's see, timer dot start. And you choose random range. Rand f range. Obstacle spawn time min. Obstacle spawn time max. Okay. And then I guess you can remove this one. You want to set the obstacle on the screen. So let's see, add child obstacle. All right, we got a game. It's not working. Why is it not working? Delta's never used. Whatever, that's fine. On time. Oh, because it is not auto start. Timer must be auto start. Bam. Oh, look, we got obstacles. They're too fast, though. That is way too fast. I'll set that to 0.5. I'll set that to 1. collided. Oh, we've made the game. It works. We have collide. Okay, so when collided, we should game over. The obstacle player game player script. How do I make the game stop? Could have a score. Hold on, there should be a score. When you jump over it, there should be a score. So the obstacle should also have maybe an area 2D that extends above it. So then whenever you are to the right of it, you increase the score by 1. We have nested area 2Ds. Anyway, this is good enough for now. It is time for me to end my stream. But we have implemented the basics of a dinosaur jumping game. They are going a bit too fast though. I could decrease the speed. Perhaps obstacle speed is not 2 or 10, but actually like maybe like 5. Maybe 5. Okay, that's more like it. And then over time, the speed could increase. Right? This could be an incremental game. Jump over things, get points. You can spend the points on other things. Maybe you get like a jetpack ability. You can fly for an extended period of time. Okay, we've collided. Anyway, that's how you make a dinosaur jumping game. It's actually quite simple. Quite shrimple, actually. It's easy. So I'm going to commit this. I'm going to end my stream. Let's format everything. GD format. It's diff git add. What do we got? We got many things. Many things have been added. I should add a to-do in the obstacle to make this specifically. Would move this logic to the player. Okay. Add obstacles and spawn. Alright, well that's it. That's cool. I did something today. I did 2 things today. I figured out the Twitch integration in Godot, unauthenticated even, and I figured out this. So that's gonna be it. I'll be back tomorrow with variety games. Good times out here. Let me just check whether the files have synchronized. Actually, why do I even care about it synchronizing? I'm not going to work on this off stream. No, but it should synchronize, right? Git log, let's check it. Obstacles, okay, they've been added. Thanks for watching. Let's see what day it is. Let's rate someone. And next time I do one of these streams, I will think of an idea beforehand. Because otherwise, a lot of time is just spent not doing anything. A lot of time just being like, what do I do? Oh, I don't even know. Okay, it's Donut Day, Eyewear Day, Yo-Yo Day, D-Day. Welcome Polyglitch. TT Bank Holiday. Tabaski Day. Green Roof Day, Pest Day, Hamilton. Let's do National Donut Day, right? That's a good one, maybe. National Donut Day. You could post Wolfers Eat, and maybe there's probably a donut emoji somewhere that you can copy and paste. Alright, who do I raid? These people are streaming. Many people are out there streaming. Let's see. Who do I send you to? What if I find someone else doing software and game development? Is there anyone else that I could raid? Do not post this emoji? Why not? Why would I not post this emoji? Alright, who is streaming game dev that I think I could stream? Sorry, raid. Who do I think I could stream? That doesn't make sense. Is there any Wolfie is streaming? Other people, you know, I don't know. Maybe I don't raid anyone on this list. Maybe I send you to someone who's not doing game dev or software development. What if I did that? Okay, but then who? But who would I send you to? Oh no, it's Alice Sawyer's birthday. Wait a second. You could, okay, instead of sending that, you could say happy birthday. You could say happy birthday. Not everyone can dev game. True. You could say happy birthday and also National Donut Day, if you want. Happy birthday. And also National Donut Day. Raid. Or whatever. I don't know. Whatever you want to do. It's like the birthday paradox with the people you follow. Yeah, but isn't the paradox that you have two people with the same birthday? This is like a different thing. Anyway, that's it. As I said, I'll be back tomorrow with various things. Welcome Deep Freeze and goodbye. Happy Donut Day and also happy birthday. You gotta say happy birthday in that raid message. If you don't say happy birthday, that's messed up. Ban. It'll be banned. I'm just kidding. But yeah, good times. No, not here. In the raid. Yeah, in the raid message. Yep. Alright, that's it. I don't know. I got nothing else to say. Something. Good times. Alright, see you next time. Goodbye.